Good morning, Mechaniacs. Jeff Wooten here. This video is all about self-defense, specifically women's self-defense. I recently recorded a private session with a female client of mine, and it looked so good, it went so well, I thought this was a great opportunity to share with you, the females in the audience. So the thing I need you to understand, first and foremost, is that when it comes to self-defense against men, you must understand that men, we are just far more prepared and ready to be violent. We can easily be aggressive. We are stronger. Typically can be angrier. It's all because we have testosterone and we have plenty of it. So as a woman, you should not hope to meet aggression with aggression. It just won't work because a man will overpower you. Instead, you must learn how to use leverage. Leverage is the key. It takes practice, but as you get good at it, you can offset his aggression and his strength with your leverage, which the student in this video does very well. So I wanted to share that with you so that, again, you can see what's possible when facing an aggressive bad guy. In this case, the bad guy is me. And so here it is upcoming. I hope you enjoy it, and do pass it on to your friends, especially your female friends who are interested in women's self-defense, because knowing that it is possible to use leverage, you don't have to rely on strikes. You can use leverage to totally subdue a very strong man. Okay, here we go. Okay, right off the bat here, you see Lois has her feet on my hips. This keeps me away, so I cannot easily get on top of her or punch her. And you're going to see in a moment, I'm going to try to strike her with my right hand unsuccessfully. This is brutal stuff. Right there, I try to hit her and she defends perfectly. Now here she sits up, feet are still on my hips, but she's also controlling my arm, my right arm with both of her hands. Very important. I try to hit her again, unsuccessfully. Now I control her and I try to get into her and she pulls me in right there. She holds my head against her chest. A very important defensive tactic. I cannot raise my head up to easily strike her. This is really important and subtle. All right here, she controls my wrist, which is another important idea. I try to strangle her here, and immediately she begins to swim her arms through, alleviating the pressure from my strangle. She's going to also use her legs, her knees, to create distance. Right there. Very nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that snake block. I stand up to hit her. Now, right here, I'm going to try to strike her with my right arm. Perfect snake block right there. Oh, that was so good. Very, very nice. Okay, she's got me facing the ground. Oh, right there. Okay, she's using what we call a frame here, her right forearm against my neck, keeping the distance. I cannot get close to her here. This is great distance management that she's doing here. There's the leg, isolating my arm. So that leg goes over. Now my arm is isolated. It's just my arm against her entire body. Just my arm against her legs, her hips, her back, both of her arms. All of this against just my one arm. This really is a losing proposition. This is great leverage, everybody. This is the use of leverage. Okay, here she sits up and she goes for the S position, which you recognize from DPT, and I tap. That was very good. So we see it here. That right leg isolates my shoulder. Now I'm in serious trouble. The bad guy's in bad trouble here. So it's just my arm against her entire body. How many men are strong enough to overcome the strength of your entire body with just his arm? So she's controlling me here. Once she has me totally controlled, she's going to sit up into the S position, switch her hips. DPT students, you notice this from DPT. You recognize this. Here comes the S position right there, and she cranks my rotator cuff. That'd be a torn rotator cuff right there. Oh, So good. So good. Great use of leverage. Great self-defense, Lois.